All right, so we are live right now. Put something on there.
Nice.
What's going on, Dean?
It's a good day to talk sports. Doing well. December 1st today. Happy December.
It's a new month, man.
It's a new month. Yes.
It's good to be here. It's good to be hanging out. And, it's good to talk some football. Let's get into it, man. How was your Thanksgiving, though?
It was good, Spent some time in LA, Not as good as up here, but it was all right.
Yeah.
How was yours?
It was good, man. It was quite quaint, one might say.
I know you went down to Old Tempe, the stomping grounds, and saw the U of A ASU game.
Yeah, that was pretty sweet. My brother's a student was a student at U of A, so it's kind of tough for him.
The inter-family rivalry, right?
It's tough out, man. The fans down there, I'm not going to say anything about. I already kind of told you, but they're getting kind of rowdy down there in Tempe.
Yeah.
Nothing like what's going on down in Bama and Georgia this weekend, but
yeah.
They have their own little thing going on.
We'll get into that. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
So to recap last week, we actually did pretty well. We went 2-1.
Coin flip covered.
It did? Oh shit! Nice.
Yeah. Lions.
Nice. So Denver and the Giants, they were both plus 2.5 or something, right?
Denver, yeah, both 2.5. I think might have been at 3, but yeah,
they both won.
They won outright.
They won outright, and I think they both covered at least 7, right?
They both.
Denver won by 10 or something.
The Giants was like a weird game. It was like a super low. It was like they were up I think it was 10-3 or something, and then I don't know, or no, they're up. Right, it was 10-7 or something.
Those divisional games get kind of messed up.
A lot of interceptions. I was watching it on my phone, and it was Jalen Hurts probably had 4 picks.
Jalen Hurts, I love Jalen Hurts, but he kind of needs to stick to like RPOs or running it himself.
Devonta Smith, your guy from Bama, he literally threw his helmet in frustration because on the final drive of the game, he was wide open and Hurts didn't throw him the ball once.
He airmailed? Oh no,
he didn't throw it once.
Didn't throw it once. Oh.
He was wide open. They could have done something.
Devonta Smith is a beast. He let me down this last week, but obviously
I would say it was more on Hurts.
I from a fantasy perspective, it's not. A lot of receiver problems are due to quarterback problems.
Yep.
So we hit on both of those, and then we'll get into this, but the Rams got destroyed in Green Bay.
That wasn't good for my wallet.
Rams money line, we lost that, but we're gonna get into that, man. So Stafford has thrown 3 pick sixes in 3 straight games.
Bro, and his record against teams that are above 500 is 13-70.
It's starting to show what did Jimmy Ward say? We're not going to get into 49ers shit, but he's a safety for the 49ers.
Yeah.
He said, man, it's just the same guy. He's just on a different team. He hasn't won anything, right? That's essentially what he said before the season started. And it's kind of, man, Stafford's kind of crumbling right now. It's bad. I listened to the Rich Eisen show, and he's a Rams fan because they're down in LA, and he literally said, he's like, man, I can Matt Stafford handle all this pressure finally.
Yeah, I have an interesting thing to say about that. But what's going on, Justin?
Hey, Justin.
He knew the Packers were going to win. Well played. You're a big Packers guy this year, and it's hard not to. They're on a roll this year. They've been.
Yeah, the way in which that game played out, though, the Rams had so many opportunities to get back in that game, and Stafford was just playing terrible.
I think they only ended up losing by, if they got an onside kick, they still had a chance to tie it. But at the end of the day, Matt Stafford turned the ball over twice on their own 20, at least.
The pick 6 was really what...
And the fumble.
Yeah.
You can't fumble the ball. You can't, the defense would stop Aaron... No, here's how it would happen. The defense stops Aaron Rodgers convincingly. They played good defense.
Uh-huh.
Matt gets the ball back, and he turns it over immediately or goes 3 and out. And it's you can't be giving Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, these kinds of guys, chances. That's what Carson Wentz did in the Colts game. He could have the Colts should have won, and the Rams should have won.
Well, they got 14 points, hence the pick 6, and off that fumble they scored a touchdown, right?
Yeah.
They got 14 points off of 2 Stafford bad turnovers.
And it was both after the defense really played well and stopped Aaron Rodgers, but you can't leave him out on the field like that.
No.
Not on your own 20.
They almost 3-and-outed him, right? Like, it was close.
No,
it was 4, maybe.
They were clamping him.
It was maybe 4 play drive. Like, that was it. And then
I was super impressed with their defense.
You
can't put it on D. It's all
no,
it's all
no,
on
no,
staff.
no. Staff, man, I don't know if I could. I'm going to be watching. We'll get into it. Anyways. What are you saying? Stafford isn't bad in fantasy, though. Yeah, but I mean, the same could be said for Jalen Hurts, Justin. I mean, look at Jalen. I mean, that's not comparable.
Being a good fantasy.
I'm being a little.
being a good fantasy quarterback doesn't always translate, right? Like
no.
There's players that are amazing that they're not always consistent.
What is Jalen Hurts like? The 5th overall player right now.
Yeah,
and he's absolute like trash, basically.
Yeah, well,
even though I love Jalen Hurts, he's just not that great of a thrower.
Yeah.
Stafford is 9-70 versus teams over 500. Thank you, Justin. I love that stat.
We appreciate the Justin stat.
Yeah, that's great. See, that's Stafford.
Hey, but also so what we talked about last week. Also about the Colts and the Bucs. I don't want to get too far into it. You were right. The Colts should have covered that.
The Colts
spread.
had that game.
But what I said was, and I'm not going to go too far into it. Carson Wentz needs to be playing well, and at the end of the game, he turns it over a couple times. The defense was playing well on him.
He had a couple fumbles that I was furious. They were up by 10 points.
But that's the old Carson, making those stupid turnovers.
Yeah.
And it's like Stafford and Carson, they both gave the balls back to like two of the greatest quarterbacks in the last 20 years.
Brady has not been impressing me in the last couple weeks.
Brady wasn't great.
The last couple weeks, I'm not impressed.
This isn't about Tom Brady. This is about, but if you give him chance after chance after chance, he's going to realize, okay, maybe I'm not throwing it well. I'm just going to hand it off. He's not an idiot.
The Colts are they're a better version of the Denver Broncos. If they just had a freaking top 8 quarterback, the Colts would dominate everybody. The Colts have a hell of a football team. The Michael Pittman's come into his own. Got wide receiver 1, basically.
Pittman is a beast.
They got Jonathan Taylor, arguably the best running back in the league. They have a hell of a defensive line. They got DeForest Buckner. They got their middle linebacker is better than Fred Warner, the number 1 overall middle linebacker. They paid him.
Yeah.
Like, they have a hell of a football team.
All right, so he says, do I win? Justin says, do I win? I have Stafford, Javonte, J-Rob, Hill, Justin, Jeff, Pitts, Waddle, Min. All right, we're talking about his whole team here. Matt Gay. I'm playing Hurts, Mixon, Madison, Cooks, Pittman. I don't know.
No, Madison. Yeah, because I have Dalvin Cook. So Madison is going to be an RB1. That's kind of tough.
That's a close one. What's going on? Here, we'll get to you in a second, Terry Prods.
Justin, in that, I gotta lean a little bit to your opponent.
Yeah.
Just because Hurts is like one of the best fantasy players, and Mixon's been dominating. Madison's gonna be an RB1. Just watch.
Madison's gonna feast.
It's gonna be close.
I'm gonna move this.
Patterson is now a backup safety. Yeah. Okay, what do you think about Washington right now? What do you think after that? So we'll get in.
Are we talking about the football team?
Yeah. Yeah.
So they
just beat Seattle.
So I've heard different things about them.
They are now in the 7th seed because they have a better conference record than the Vikings.
Yeah.
So they are the 7th. They're in the playoffs right now. So
I mean, they made the playoffs last year. Like, they're always kind of hanging around there.
Yeah.
In the middle of the pack, kind of at the end of the line there.
Mm-hmm.
They're playing against the Raiders this week in Vegas. Raiders are only 2.5-point favorites. They've kind of been struggling as of late. They were able to beat the Cowboys, but I would give that more to the Cowboys playing bad than the Raiders outplaying.
There were 28 penalties called in that game.
That was terrible. I don't know, man. Washington football team, like Heineke. I don't know what to think of Heineke. Like, I know that the football team is actively
he played all right.
They're actively looking into drafting a quarterback next year. He's not going to be their future, but they're also saying he's all right. It's I don't know what to think or make of him.
They're kind of all over the place. I love Ron Rivera. I love their coach. He's really brought some grit to that team. I'm shocked. I was like, where the hell did Washington come from? That they're in the playoff hunt right now. They're in the 7th seed. I don't have this love affair for Dallas that other people do. I don't think Washington is going to catch them though, obviously. But I think Washington could, end up in the 7th seed possibly later on.
They won 3 in a row.
They're kind of better on those like sketchy teams. Like they're kind of on the top of the sketchy team,
They play Dallas in 2 weeks. That's a huge game.
Yeah.
Like that will. They play Dallas actually twice in the next. After they play the Raiders, they play Cowboys, Eagles, Cowboys, Eagles.
Yeah.
Those 4 teams in a row. That's going to be a huge stretch.
That's Cowboys, Eagles, what?
Cowboys, Eagles, Cowboys, Eagles.
That's their
schedule after the Raiders.
What the hell? Why would they do that?
I don't know. Genius is making the lines here.
That's a crazy.
We're on a 3-game win streak. Beat Tampa. For some reason, we also called the Tampa win.
We did call that.
We knew that you guys give Tom trouble there, and it was in the same atmosphere at FedEx. The Panthers, I don't know what to think of the Panthers and the Seahawks. Like, those two teams
The Seahawks are crap.
Like, Cam Newton literally can't throw the ball right now. Like, he got benched in the last game. I don't think he's going to be their quarterback going forward. And then the Hawks right now, Russ is kind of the same way.
They can't run the football. 18 yards.
Yeah,
last week.
The Hawks.
But then again, this is coming from Niners fans, where the Seahawks are probably going to give us a game, so it sucks.
One game I want to look at is Colts -8.5. We'll get into that.
We'll get into that. Panthers made a mistake getting Cam.
Well,
yeah,
he looked good, but that was against freaking Colt McCoy.
No, but when you,
you know what I mean?
I know, but then when you see him throw the ball, it's still the same dead arm. Like he has zero accuracy. I've literally said it for like 5 years. Everybody has. His game was never going to age well because he did it based off of his running ability and just he has a cannon, but it's not accurate. He never learned accuracy because I don't know if it was laziness or he just totally felt like he's like, oh, I could just run people over. I'm fine.
Well, maybe it wasn't laziness, but it was lack of his ability to gauge, prepare for the future. A lot of guys, they'll adjust their game, and that's how you stay in the league for 20 years.
Yeah, but he never
didn't do that.
He never wanted. I don't think he ever wanted to be one of the great ones because I never saw him focusing on his accuracy when he was younger.
But
he was so I could just out physical everybody.
Well, think about Drew Brees, right? Like he had such a long career because he was so accurate.
Well, he was also not an athletic. He needed.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But I'm saying you're able to have such a long career that guys that rely too much on their feet, it's not going to take you that far because you're going to eventually get hit out in the.
Well, it's kind of like a Kobe Bryant kind of comparison, right? He had the athleticism, but he also wanted to be great at everything, all the fundamentals.
Yeah.
Like Cam's like that with the athleticism, but he never focused on the fundamentals ever. So that's
one of the most.
That's me venting about Cam. I've always been if he just.
He's an Alabama fan too.
Well, but I was always impressed with Cam. Cam's a freak, in a good way and a bad way with his,
Yeah, no, we got all the love and respect for Cam.
Yeah. Cam was good for 1 year. Yeah, after the Super Bowl year, he had one more good year, and then he fell off.
Who throws the long ball better?
Oh my gosh! I think Cam could throw it further.
Yeah, well, for sure.
Big. That's kind of a funny thing. They're both terrible. We should throw Matt Ryan in there. That'd be a hell of a. Oh,
you watch more Falcons than me.
I hate the Falcons. God, I hate having Kyle Pitts on my team. It's watching Matt Ryan out there just play horrible. They all need to be out. Ben all day for sure. I don't mind. I don't mind picking Ben there.
Ben would be more accurate. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Totally. I completely agree. So.
All right. So Justin wanted us to talk about the Colts are playing the Texans. They're 8.5-point favorites. Is that in Houston? You got the lines right there.
Look, it's. I have it at 9 right now.
All right. So it depends on the book. He's got my bookie. It's at 9. We're not affiliated.
It might be 8.5.
Not affiliated with my bookie, but shout it
It's
out.
in Houston.
All right. So it's in Houston.
10 a.m. game.
What's going on, Luke? Money. Let's go.
Hey, Luke.
So.
What do you think about that game?
Dude, I don't know. So Carson Wentz in the last 2 weeks has not been playing great. They've been relying on Jonathan Taylor to carry them, essentially.
Yeah, but against
He carried him 2 weeks ago.
Against Houston, is that going to be a problem?
That's the thing, though.
You
It's
got the pun? No,
Tyrod. No. Wow. Oh, that was great.
No, it's okay. Sorry.
It's too early for that, man. I don't.
I think Jonathan Taylor could dominate Houston, though.
Yeah, I do, but at the same point, like, it's 8.5 point spread. Do you think Carson Wentz? Do you trust him enough the way he's been playing the last 2 weeks?
He just doesn't protect the damn ball. That's his damn problem.
Carelessness with the ball is.
No, I know. That's why.
That's killer.
That's why it gives me pause. That's why it gives me pause to do it, because he turns over the ball in the worst at the worst possible times.
Like, I don't know. I can't bet on him to change at this point the way he's been playing the last 2 weeks.
They were up by 10 points against Tampa Bay, and the Colts defense got a fumble recovery on the 30-yard line, and Carson Wentz airmailed Michael Pittman. And they didn't do a 3-and-out, but they ended up kicking a field goal when they could have stepped on their throats. So Carson Wentz has been bothering me a lot. I don't know.
Yeah,
it'd be tough for me.
Texans just lost to the Jets.
I know. Justin, you love the Jets, though.
I trust anyone versus the Texans. They made Sweet Life of Zach Wilson and Cody look good.
Yeah. The thing is, I kind of expected Tyrod to be, better when he came back, but he was dominating at the start of the season, but, that, I don't think we're going to get that Tyrod back.
Yeah, no, I know. 8.5 points a lot.
It is a lot of points.
You got 89% on the Colts at 8.5. The line opened at 7. So
89%?
Yeah.
I don't love that.
A lot of people are betting on the Colts.
If it was a touchdown, I would like that a lot more.
Dude, it's just okay, yeah, it's 9.5 on some books. It's
really, what? It's 9.5?
It's moving, man. It's crazy.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's at 9 now. It was at 8.5. Sharp money coming in on the Texans. I don't know, dude. I don't know what to think of that game.
That game sketches me out.
I don't really love that game, to be honest.
Everything, points towards Houston getting destroyed.
Yeah.
But Carson Wentz has turned over the ball far too many times in the last 3 weeks for me to trust him at all.
And I know Tyrod didn't play great and they lost to the Jets, but I feel like that's all the more reason to be a little sussed out.
I'm sussed out right now. 89% of the public on there.
It's fishy, bro.
It's sketch.
All right, so Texans, they made. He's hyped. Of course, Justin's
the Jets.
Big hyped after the win.
Yeah, don't do 9.5. 8.5 seems better, but yeah, that can go 50-50. Yeah,
if you want to throw it on a teaser and get them
I like that idea.
Then get them at 2.5.
That's a better idea.
Or 3.5.
Yeah,
that would be the way to go.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. So let's talk.
You want to go first?
Yeah, you want to go into Raiders actually against the football team.
Do you have the Raiders down?
Yeah. So
I like the Raiders 2.5.
All right, so it's kind of it's also a little bit of a fishy line, right? Because it's why aren't they 3-point favorites at home?
Because the Raiders aren't that great.
Yeah. It's just Raiders games are always sussing me out.
We're over 500 on Raiders picks though.
Yeah, well the big money and the sharp money comes in on the Raiders this week. Washington's come off 3 big wins. Raiders come off an interesting game on Thanksgiving.
Many people say they should have lost that game.
Yeah.
That penalties gave them that victory.
What do you make of Derek Carr lately? How do you what do you think of him so far?
He
started great, kind of had a rough stretch there.
He lost one of his top weapons and they're just all over Waller. He's playing all right.
Deshaun Jackson though is helping out a little there. I know
Deshaun Jackson. It gives you that big play every game.
Yeah.
He gives you that big game that puts them into striking distance. I don't know his turnover stats to be honest, but Derek Carr usually takes care of the football mostly, right?
I think he's got 8 or 9, maybe 7.
I just need to see. That's kind of important to me.
Yeah, we're gonna check out his stats really quick. Waller's out. That's kind of a big deal.
He's 17-9.
Yeah.
Waller's out. I don't know. I think they could take the Washington football. I still like the 2.5. That's probably why it's not bigger because
if Terry Prods is listening, he might not like that pick there. We think that the Raiders might win this one.
I like the 2.5 at home.
I do too.
I'm pretty comfortable with that.
It seems so good. Like it's almost too good to be true because it's like, why are we getting them 2.5? But you're right. They've been
Well,
playing.
with Waller out, like
Yeah,
I
you're
see
right.
why it's 2.5.
Yeah.
Like, thanks, Justin, for that. That's a big freaking deal.
Justin's always coming in with the important game knowledge.
The injury stuff, man.
Injuries,
Like,
stats.
the Rain Man, yeah. So are you cool with that?
Big shout out. Yeah. Oh, and Justin, I'm all caught up on Survivor now. It's crazy, man. This is a good season.
Oh God,
I'm digging it. No, this season's good. It's reminding me of some older.
I'm done with Survivor
Good stuff.
after I got hosed in our Survivor pool.
We'll talk about that later. I don't know.
That was some crap.
This is a good
letting
season.
people back onto the island. I'm never gonna watch it again.
No, they're not doing that anymore.
I don't care. I'm done. I wash my hands with that.
That's fine.
I lost our Survivor pool, Justin, because they let freaking what's her face back on the island.
She was sitting there all
from the first.
This is a crazy.
Shock and blindside. All right.
Yeah. No, I know.
All right. This isn't this isn't our Survivor podcast. I'm not doing this. Okay, Raiders. Okay. What do you want? Go next.
I picked the Raiders. You picked the Raiders. All right.
You could go first then.
All right. What do you think of this? The Bears are +7 at home.
I was looking at that
against the Cardinals.
I was intrigued.
Kyler Murray.
He's questionable.
He's questionable.
Yeah.
DeAndre Hopkins is questionable. Those guys are both coming off injuries. The team that plays poorly off the bye has been consistent this season. You know, usually you look at the bye week and you're like, all right, this team has had a week to prep. But for some reason, a lot of the times this season, the bye week, the teams coming off the bye week have been struggling. I think Bears usually play pretty well at home.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. The people that have come off the bye have been not playing great.
No, that's been. I mean, unless you're Andy Reid or Kyle Shanahan, it's hard. And I know Kyle's been having a kind of a weird year, but if you're not Andy Reid or Bill Belichick, it's hard for me to give you the credit off the bye.
I think off the bye kind of helps running teams, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like almost because passing, you got to be like in your groove. You're linking up with people, and then maybe you get cold. It's kind of like a pitcher kind of. Running, the physicality, you're taking a break. I don't know. That was just
you're right. No, that's crazy. That's crazy.
I thought that's kind of a good point.
Well, they're a passing team. They're not a running team.
Who?
I mean, James Conner's a good.
Yeah, no, exactly.
He's been a good story this year.
Well, he's just been a freaking touchdown vulture. That's what he's been.
All right, limited today. D-Hop practice today. Okay.
Kyler was limited today. They're probably gonna play.
They're both playing. I'm just saying they're coming off injuries.
Yeah. They're probably gonna play. So what did the Bears do last week?
The Bears.
Bears. Oh
they
yeah.
had a close game there with the
Oh
Giants.
gosh, that ugly Thursday.
Mac is out for the year, just in case you forgot.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Khalil. No, you remember?
Yeah. No, Justin's always bringing up that stuff.
I mean, can we really talk about this game if we don't know if Kyler's playing or not?
Yeah, I think this is a kind of one of those games I might bet on Sunday, but I need to know more information. So let's just move on to the next one.
Yeah, and I'd like to hear about Kyler's kind of injury a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because we all know Kyler plays very poorly when he plays hurt,
Yeah, man, it's going to be interesting. NFC West, with the way the Rams have been playing, the Niners have come on, the Cardinals have kind of been stalling.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, it's crazy, man.
Well, to fade into that, I like the Rams minus
13, 12?
Yeah.
12 and a half?
Either way.
Rams, all right.
To knock out the final NFC West, because
the Rams are winning for sure. They're not losing this week.
They're at home. This is not. The Jaguars are not 13-point dogs at home.
Can we really trust Matt Staff though? The way he's been playing.
I
know that they're going to win. But 12's a big number.
It's one of those. It's one of those where it's like this. If the Rams don't thoroughly destroy the Jaguars, their season might be done. They need to show some damn life. That's what I think. I think this is a get right game.
All right.
If this was on the road, I wouldn't even touch it.
No, I got you.
I wouldn't touch it at all. But because they're at home, they're limping back. I think they could do it.
I might even I might even tease this one, with Colts too. Teasing those big lines with the divisional, or not divisional, but that might be a good idea too. But yeah, 12.5. Let's star it, and if it's like one of our favorites, we'll bring it back.
Okay, so maybe. Got it.
I mean, I have it on mine too. I just wanted to talk about a couple more.
Yeah, no, for sure. Did Justin say it?
Justin said if Danny Dimes doesn't play, Finns are -4 is the move.
Henderson is a quad injury, and OBJ is a hip pointer. They're questionable for Sunday, but yes, I'd say it's also for the Rams.
Yeah. No, there's some questionable things there, but
I'm just saying, it's how you win against those bad teams, and especially on a 3-game skid when you lost off of a bye.
Yeah.
They have to beat the crap out of them.
No, they do.
Or they'll lose confidence in themselves, which they Stafford already has. Will Stafford throw 4 straight games of pick sixes? I don't think so.
I wish you could bet on that.
That'd be wild.
All right, so so I got an interesting one to talk about.
What?
The Broncos are +10 against Kansas City on Sunday Night Football. We don't love Sunday Night Football bets.
Divisional.
You never know. But
Kansas City's coming off the bye. They're a pass team.
But here's what I said about the bye, though. It is Andy Reid, so it's like...
I know. That gets kind of thrown out.
I'm a little
That's a wash. I got it.
But the Broncos +10 with Teddy covers. Teddy's been... money, especially as an underdog. You bet Teddy covers as an underdog. +10.
They're on the road, though.
That's whatever, man.
Teddy covers on... Doesn't Teddy cover at home?
No, it's one of
Teddy always covers.
Teddy covers.
You're gonna look that up right now?
Stats.
Stafford is playing injured, that's why, and they lost Robert Woods, which hurts. Yeah. I thought Robert Woods was a major loss. I think that's a huge problem. Because OBJ had to come along quick. Because, they needed him immediately instead of being the 4th receiver for a second while he learned the offense.
I got the stat, by the way.
Go ahead, what is it?
So this is November 5th. There's been a few weeks now. I know we can add another win to it. But on November 5th, he was 18-3 against the spread as a road underdog. And I think he's probably added another on there.
Damn.
He might be 19-4. He might be 19-3. But yeah, he's been money on the road.
I like the divisional. We got the divisional last week with the Giants.
Everyone's gonna be betting on the Chiefs.
I love the divisional matchup.
Yeah.
And I hate the Chiefs defense. I don't care what they did against the Dallas Cowboys. I have no interest in that. Dak Prescott looked terrible.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm intrigued by that.
Yeah, that game against the Cowboys, Cowboys have just looked so bad. They're just handing wins out.
Them and the Rams were falling off a cliff. It's wow.
Stafford. Wait, we already.
We already read that. Yeah, Stafford is playing injured. That's true.
Well, I think Justin owns Stafford, so.
No, he does.
He's got the Stafford knowledge.
Yeah.
I like Denver though.
No, I'm actually pretty. Man, I didn't see that one.
It's at 9.5 right now, depending on where you're looking. So, I mean, I would like the 10.
I like 10 better.
To me, 10 is I would hammer that. 9.5. I know it's a half a point, but you're getting 10 points.
I like Broncos +10. I'm cool with that.
All right.
I didn't even see that one. Okay. Yeah. So. Well, you want to talk about the Bills and the Patriots?
We're just hopping to Monday night.
Round 1. Well, I just think it's a big game, and I think it's interesting.
So what Justin said really quick before we go into that, and another divisional matchup.
But I'm pretty sure divisional teams go most of the time goes under.
Yeah, no, that's true, Justin.
Yeah. They know each other so well.
That's actually if you're familiar with the application you can get on your phone called Action. They have a lot of good
Action Network.
Got a lot of good information on there, and one of the systems that they run is divisional unders. It's total records 219, 138, 61% win rate, 20% return on investment.
That's huge.
Yeah, it's a pretty
219 to 138. Wow.
Yeah, no, it's It's definitely a thing to bet on the under for a
Well,
divisional matchup.
they play each other twice a year. Like, it makes a lot of sense.
This is a big divisional week too, so
because your defenses are well prepared.
There's so many divisional matchups this week.
DeAndre's out.
DeAndre Swift.
We know this, yeah. Chiefs never cover Brady. Yeah, he did say that. Yeah, earlier in the year, except for that Dallas game. That Dallas game didn't go.
That was factual though for a little while.
Okay. I do like Denver though there. I do. Wait, so Bills, okay, Monday night, the game of the week probably, right? Basically.
Dude, everyone's got this game circled.
This is like the number one game this week.
Wow, he's got the shot. He's citing things in Jay Fowler, ESPN. Justin, wow. Love to see it.
So what do you think? New England at Buffalo. Bills are -2.5.
For all the
Monday night game.
For all the takes that I have to offer to this show, I try and bring you guys, the best insights I have.
Yeah.
The one thing that I've been amiss all season long.
Oh my god.
And you guys can agree is
bringing out all the big words.
Mac Jones, dude. I can't get him right. I feel like if I bet on him this week, he'll lose by 20. If I bet against him, he wins by 7. But what's your take on it? I can't get any Mac Jones reads. And
it's their defense is raw, and Mac Jones doesn't make a lot of mistakes.
Yeah.
Like Mac Jones hasn't been like winning them a ton of games, like with his arm.
That's what I feel like.
But
too.
the thing is, like, as we've said, like, if you just have a quarterback that is accurate, very accurate, and doesn't make mistakes, like, that's huge. That's a solid game manager.
Isn't that kind of what the first dynasty was for the Patriots?
Yes, that's what Tom was, exactly.
Tom, for the first 3 Super Bowls, was a game manager.
You don't turn over the ball, and you're accurate as hell.
2007 rolls by, that's when he started winning MVPs.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't an MVP guy until 2007.
No. Yeah.
So,
last week, we saw the Bills throttle New Orleans on Thanksgiving.
But wait. Oh, yeah. Keep going. Sorry.
I'm just, like, getting and then New England was at home on Sunday and destroyed Tennessee. Mac Jones did have 300 yards.
But let's talk about the Titans, man. Like, who do they have to, who's on their team? A.J. Brown didn't play.
Yeah.
Julio Jones is out. They didn't have anyone. It wasn't difficult for Bill Belichick to essentially suffocate that.
Yeah, but I think in counter to that, I think they're a better team than New Orleans, like, right now, maybe.
The Titans?
Have you seen what's been going on with their like, remember when we said that Peyton would overcome the quarterback problems? Yeah. He's not. His quarterbacks are crap. I've never seen Peyton have, like, he wishes he had Teddy Covers back. Like, with the quarterback situation in New Orleans. Like, they're all horrible. So, what I like about this is that this is, like, the Bills are going to totally get up for this game, and so are, like, this is the game, right?
Yeah.
I do like that the Bills have had, 3 more days to prepare because they played on Thanksgiving. I think that's a big deal. Yeah. And they're at home. Like, I think that it's hard to play in Buffalo, like, win in Buffalo. I mean, the Jaguars, that was an outlier. I'm not going to get into that game.
If the Patriots march into the Buffalo Bills house.
I forget the name of their stadium. Yeah.
And they win that. Dude, like, don't you think it's just...
They're going to be... They're going to be the number 1 team in the AFC, right? Basically. I mean, they kind of they're close to it.
If the Chiefs go in... I got another question for you. Chiefs and Patriots play in the playoffs. Let's say it's in New England. And who do you think you'd bet there?
The Patriots.
You would?
In New England?
Yeah.
Because I just don't trust the Chiefs as much this year.
I know, but I feel like playoffs is a different game. Just because Mahomes has done it before.
It's hard to win in Gillette Stadium.
Oh, yeah.
It's hard to win there in the playoffs.
That's true.
Last time the Lions beat Minnesota. Oh, yeah. Well, we'll go... Well, the +7 game. That game's a little crazy. But,
we'll get into that one. But, yeah, the Bills -3, -2.5.
I like them -2.5. I don't know. Yeah. What do you think?
I mean, yeah, I do, too. I agree with you. I think the defense has been playing outstanding the last 5 weeks.
Yeah.
But, like, the teams that they've beaten, like, the best team that you looked at
the Cowboys.
At their list that they lost to the Cowboys.
Oh, they lost to the Cowboys.
But they should have won that. But the best team that they beat was the Chargers, and I don't even know what to make of the Chargers right now.
The Chargers are like in the Vikings category.
Dude, Herbert started the season like people were putting him in the top 5, and now it's like, dude, this guy might be number 12 out there.
He was a rough fantasy pick for me because he's such a roller coaster. Like, it's so hard. He'll go out, score 38 points, and then he'll come back and score 14 in fantasy.
It's a sophomore slump, man.
It's so rough. It's so rough.
He was outstanding in the rookie season.
So are we saying yeah or just maybe?
I like the Bills.
Okay, so yeah. Okay. Well, I'm Highmark Stadium.
Highmark
Thanks,
Stadium,
Justin.
Bills. Well played.
So, I mean, we could briefly talk. Justin wants to talk about the Lion-Minnesota game. I think that's -7 Minnesota. Yeah. We could talk about that quick. I don't think either of us have that down because that game is sketchy. And it's a divisional.
Yeah.
And Minnesota is like the Chargers where I can't trust what... They're definitely the more talented team. By the way, Dalvin Cook is definitely out for a couple weeks he dislocated his shoulder.
That's a big deal.
But DeAndre Swift is also out. Yeah. So that's... I mean, I would lean towards Minnesota, but I don't want... It's in Detroit. They're 7-point dogs, and it's divisional.
I've given up trying to pick the week that Detroit's going to win. Yeah. That's just like...
This would be a good week, though. I would say.
No, but I'm not doing it. We probably tried to pick Detroit to win like 2 or 3 times this year, and it hasn't happened.
I wouldn't do spreads. Yeah, no. We don't even want to bet on this game, to be honest. Like that's a sketchy game.
I can't, dude. Like Jared Goff and that team, it's pathetic, man. They tried their absolute hardest to lose on Thanksgiving. They had that in the bag. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, watching the end of that game was just like, that was so painful.
I don't know why they want the number 1 pick. There's no good quarterbacks. It's going to be all defensive players. Like, I don't know why.
Dude, the Lions just can't.
And there's no Nick Bosa's or Chase Young's in this draft. So I don't know why they want that number 1 pick so bad. Like,
I don't know the QBs aren't going to be there until maybe next year after.
Yeah, this is just not a great QB year. Yeah. So, anyways, so we got the Raiders, Broncos, Bills right now.
We're not going to touch that one.
Do you have anything else?
I have one. So the Ravens and Pittsburgh play, and did you watch the Ravens Browns game?
That ugly ass 16-10 game. No.
Lamar had 4 interceptions. He literally looked like he couldn't.
Oh, I heard about it. No, I didn't watch it.
I don't know. I watched the entire game. So
Okay.
That was one of Lamar's worst games I've seen him play in a while. And he was lucky that Baker Mayfield was on the other side because he wasn't really any better. And his receivers couldn't help him, actually.
Yeah.
Like, Baker Mayfield is trash. But, you know, his receivers were dropping him on the numbers a couple times. It's like, what are you supposed to do out there?
Yeah.
But Lamar gave them every chance to win. I kind of like the Steelers this week. And I know the Steelers...
Oh, you do like the Steelers?
I know the Steelers were really bad. Last week they got blown out by the Bengals, and that was just pathetic. And I know TJ Watt is on the COVID list, and that's a huge deal. But for some reason, man, I am not impressed with the way this Ravens team is playing. They're not winning games convincingly like they used to. I don't know if this game's at home or away, but I kind of like the Steelers regardless, man. I think this.
No, it's in Pittsburgh. I have it written down because it's in Pittsburgh.
I think I'm gonna have to bet on this one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. This is the only dog I have. You had 3.5. It's 4.5 now.
4.5 point. I wrote it wrong. It was 4.5.
Yeah. It was my only dog that I had written down. That's the only one. I just think divisional.
Justin, I think that the Bengals are actually playing really well, though. If you look at the 41-10, they totally crushed it. But, like, dude, the Bengals, the way Mixon's running the ball.
I mean, the Bengals are by far the best team in that division.
They have 3 weapons. Now. They have the 3 weapons. Dude, it's tough. I don't know what's going on with the Ravens this year, but they just haven't been beating teams the way they used to.
It's just kind of... I don't love the division in general, besides the Bengals. Like...
Yeah, it was 16-10. That was ugly.
It was a really ugly score.
They barely beat the Browns. They barely beat the Bears. They lost to the Dolphins. They barely beat the Vikings. They got smoked by the Bengals. Like, I don't know, man. I just haven't seen it from the Ravens this year.
The Ravens have not been impressing me at all. Like, it's
They're not the same. Like 2 years ago when it was just like steamrolling everybody.
no, it's not. It's not like that at all. Yeah.
And we had Greg Roman as our offensive coordinator for a few years with Kaepernick. We know how that offense operates.
Well, what happens? It gets found out. It gets figured out after a year and a half. That's what happened to Cap.
But the thing about Lamar, different with Cap, is like, I think even more so, like, he's just the most athletic quarterback that's ever played.
Yeah.
Like, by far.
Yeah.
So
no, he is.
He's going to make the play that just...
He's far better than Cap. I'm not saying that.
No, but I'm saying that he's going to make that play that the defense is just like, everything's covered. He can make that play, and it's like you can't really account for it. But I don't know. These teams know each other well. I like Pittsburgh here, 4.5.
I don't really have anything else to add. I mean, it's sketchy. It's kind of like I don't know. I don't want to say a gut feeling because that's like not what we do here. Like, but like sometimes I get a vibe. I know that Big Ben's been terrible. Like, believe me, I know. I have Chase Claypool on my fantasy team. I've been very aware of Big Ben's like problems, but I just think divisional at home. The Ravens have looked like crap. I think Cincinnati's really, 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 really good football team. I think they would demolish the Ravens pretty bad when they get the chance.
And Steelers-Ravens games are always classics.
Yeah.
You know, like that's one of the best rivalries.
I just think I like 4.5. I think it's maybe gonna be about a field goal difference. You know.
Yeah, he's 15-10 against the Ravens in his career.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm cool with that.
Big Ben's been so bad, but
I know.
that
might be our sketchiest pick, but I'm fine with it.
He needs to hang him up though after this year. He's a corpse.
I'm fed up with these corpse. The Walking Dead.
Yeah, the Walking Dead. Wow. Well played.
I think I'm fine with those 4. I don't know.
Any other games you guys like, Justin? Any other interesting? Did we talk about the Chargers?
No.
Do you want to talk about the Chargers? I don't know. They play against the Bengals.
I don't know.
Dude, it's like...
I like picking the draft, but I just don't trust them at all.
I feel like if we're betting on...
The Steelers.
Yeah. I feel like if you bet on the Steelers, then you have to bet on the Chargers.
Oh.
It's kind of like...
But it's divisional, though. That's the other part I have. Like, I have more faith in the Steelers. That Tomlin freaking knows the Ravens. Like, the back of his hand.
Yeah. It's also the reason why we like it is Mike Tomlin. First game seems interesting. Especially maybe no Danny Dimes. Oh, the Fins.
The Fins.
Yeah.
No Danny Dimes.
All right, let's hop into that one. We didn't really digest that one.
So, Giants at Miami.
I don't know where you lean here.
Giants at Miami. What's the spread?
I'm impressed with the Giants' defense. I'm gonna say that. That's one thing I'm impressed with.
They've been pretty solid.
They rush. Have you seen them? They rush 4 and they drop their guys back.
They drop 7. Yeah.
That's a big deal though.
What the hell's the spread?
Being able to get pressure with 4.
No, it's a big deal.
I mean, that's kind of like your thing, you know.
Well, that's how do you combat a good quarterback? That's what you do. Like that's the age old.
I don't know. Isn't it a 4.5 point spread there?
Is it 4.5? I can't find it on here.
No Danny Dimes. Danny Dimes, we like him on the road.
Yeah.
If Danny Dimes is out, you got to take the Dolphins.
The Dolphins have been hot.
Yeah,
so
you got to take the Dolphins if Danny Dimes isn't playing. But if he is, then I might hop on Giants spread there just because they're pretty good away.
I actually kind of like that game.
I think it just you look at it like Justin has the information on. If Danny Dimes is out,
4-game win streak. Yeah,
you bet the Fins. If not, you can take Giants spread. I think that's where I would go with it personally.
Yeah, if Daniel Jones is out, I like Miami. Yeah, it's kind of like the Arizona game where we need to know the quarterback situation. We need to know.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. We'll keep a look on it.
Yeah. So, where do you want to go from here?
I just wanted to touch a little bit on college football. You know, college football has been.
So we're gonna stick with these 4.
Yeah.
So we'll do Raiders -2.5, Bills -2.5, Broncos +10, and Steelers +4.5. So 2 dogs, 2 favorites. But
And
barely.
then, do you want to do a coin flip on the Lions or something, or what do you think? What's your coin flip? Chargers, Bengals seems like a good one.
Yeah. Okay, let's do that.
All right, heads for Chargers.
Okay.
All right, tails.
So it's Bengals right now.
Right now, Bengals are
Bengal tail. Oh, heads.
All right,
1-1.
heads.
So it's Chargers.
Yep.
All right.
Well played.
All right. Okay. So, yeah. So you want to talk about college football?
Yeah, really quick, if you guys don't mind, I just want to talk about the big matchups this week. So Utah plays against Oregon. That's a repeat from a couple weeks ago. Utah got the best of Oregon there pretty well. They won pretty handedly there.
Yeah.
They're minus 2.5 right now on the spread. What do you like in that game? Where do you lean?
So Oregon.
And then we'll talk Georgia, Bama, and Michigan.
So it's 2.5.
Yeah, in Utah. Utah's been pretty good there all year.
2.5. That's an interesting game. I don't know why the spread isn't a little larger.
Well, the Ducks are.
No, the Ducks are really good.
So they won 38-7 against them 2 weeks ago,
Yeah.
and then since then,
There were a couple. There was a pick 6 though, and a punt return for a touchdown, which skewed the score.
yeah, I don't, dude. This is
I don't know if I want to bet that game, to be perfectly honest with you. Because one team's gonna blow the other team out. Like I think Oregon's gonna have freaking revenge, or Utah's gonna.
Yeah.
I almost want Oregon plus 115 money line. Like, to be perfectly honest with you. I
got you.
I think that's where the value is in that game.
No, I hear you. All right, so I kind of agree there. And then Bama's 6.5-point underdogs against Georgia.
I have 7.
Moving?
I have 7. Yeah.
What do you think of Bryce Young going against
Ugh,
the
man.
best team in the league, man?
The best team in college football, yeah. I don't love it because the Georgia defensive line are a bunch of beasts.
Yeah, they got a couple guys that are probably going right on the line.
Oh, their noses might go in the top 5.
Yeah.
Probably. He probably is. He's 6'7" or 6'6" or something. Fuck, man. I guess I would take Alabama plus 7, but I don't know.
That made you do it. Dude, did you watch that Michigan Ohio State game?
Yeah, I did. That was crazy.
Man, the atmosphere was like it was snowing. It was like people. So when I was at the Arizona State game,
Yeah.
it was like there's people tailgating, and it was like complete opposite. It was like 75 degrees sunny in Tempe, and then
Yeah.
you looked at the TV that was on, and it was like freaking snowing, and the atmosphere was going wild.
Yeah. Well, they hadn't beaten Michigan since 2011.
No, I know. In Ann Arbor, that was just.
No, it was
That was a
nuts.
game, man. That's
It
like
was.
that's. I know you don't love Big Ten, but like that right there is one of like my favorite. Like when you see those cold games up north, those are fun. That's what
Yeah.
I don't know. Like just this time of year.
No, I got it. I got
all year long is but like
I got it.
that's
No.
that's a big deal. You know.
I get it. It's a big deal. A lot of history there. I'm glad. I'm happy for Michigan. Like, I hate Ohio State. But,
Yeah, Harbaugh finally got his win there.
I'm kind of sick of Ohio State.
Georgia versus Alabama. I think Georgia's going to win that. They've been just so dominant all season long. But
Yeah, I can't say I went to Alabama. I can't tell you that I think that Alabama's going to win that game.
he's he's not confident in that. So
I think Alabama will cover +7. I don't think they'll get railroaded by Georgia, but
do you think it's high scoring or low scoring? I think
it's going to be low scoring, I think.
Okay. I was going to say it's almost so obvious it'd be low scoring that could be high scoring, but I hate overthinking it like that.
49.5. So for college, that's low.
That's like a 39 point
That's
spread.
low for college.
That's like a 39 point spread in the NFL.
The last time, it's been about a little over 50 every time they've played. The last
Bama
couple
gets
times.
like 60 point spread.
Yeah. I would give Alabama +7. I think Georgia's going to win, though. Man, Georgia's -245 to win the game.
So
Alabama's +195. See, that just shows you.
I think I'm gonna keep an eye on these spreads and then eventually bet. I was 7 out of 8 over the weekend. Bet mostly Pac-12.
I would take Alabama +7, but I think Georgia's going to win the game.
Yeah.
That's where I would put it.
All right, and Michigan Iowa is the last one. Michigan's -10.5.
Is that where it is? It is 10.5.
Is it in? Yeah.
It's 43.5.
The over/under. Yeah, they think it's gonna be low.
Well, Iowa, all they do is run the ball.
Yeah. You might take the over there.
I like what Michigan's offense showed me. They got a lot of weapons.
They have good, big, deep plays that can make it happen down the field. Yeah, 7 out of 8. College football's been nice to me.
Yeah, college football's fun. When you don't bet on Hawaii.
Get out of here. No Mountain West takes here.
I don't know. It's basically who can impose. Like, I think Michigan's. Like, I think it's easy to do 10.5. If Iowa gets down, they can't get back in the game.
No.
Like, that's the point, right?
Yeah.
I think Michigan's not going to let this opportunity. They beat up. The only thing is like that was their game.
You know what's crazy?
That's the tough thing, because like I think they're gonna come out flat. Like that's what worries me about Michigan here.
I think Michigan beats Iowa, Bama loses to Georgia, and I think Michigan and Bama play each other in the playoff, that is a game right
Well,
there.
we'll see. I don't know. Cincinnati might get in. We'll see.
Dude, if Cincinnati gets in, that's gonna be such a letdown in my opinion. I'm not big on Cincinnati this year.
Or Oklahoma State if they win out the Big 12.
Do you like Cincinnati?
No, they don't deserve to be in the top 4.
They've been beaten up on trash teams.
I don't. If you're not from one of the Power 5 conferences, I don't think you deserve to be in the. I think if Oklahoma State goes 12-1, I would give them the nod over Cincinnati. But
yeah,
you remember the last time they let Alabama in when we lost to Georgia and we had 2 losses. We all know who won that one.
Yeah.
Old Tua Tagovailoa.
Justin says Jalen Waddle has scored more fantasy points over the last 7 weeks than Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase is stalling out in the last 3 weeks.
Jalen Waddle's been a beast.
Waddle's been, he's been getting it
He's
going.
just too fast. The man is too fast.
I think also, though, like, people are starting to really cover Jamar, and it's opening things up for Higgins and Tyler Boyd.
Both things can be true.
Yeah.
I think that they are keying in on him like a wide receiver 1, where Waddle is, I don't know if he's there yet.
Well, I mean...
But Waddle is their number 1 option, though. Gesicki, I mean, that's all they have.
Dolphins
really.
have an interest. They run more tight end stuff, though, than
Well,
other
because
teams.
Gesicki's basically a wide receiver. They have him out in the slot a lot.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't even line up on the line a ton.
No, Waddle's been a beast. I'm not saying that Jamar Chase...
Yeah.
I'm just saying he has been getting the attention.
No, he has. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Well, that's just the 3 college games I want to get into. I know we don't.
Michigan, Iowa's tough for me. It's a really tough game for me to do.
Yeah.
Because Michigan, you don't get it. They hadn't beaten Ohio State in 9 or 10 years.
You might take 10.5 there.
I might take Iowa covering 10.5. Like, it's like I
kind of like it too. You know what?
Because that was their like Super Bowl. Like, they're gonna come out flat. There's no way they're gonna come out high for Iowa. I don't care. Like that was their game. That's where I think Iowa might cover that.
No, you're right.
I don't know how. You haven't beaten your rival in 10 years. You're gonna come out. You beat them. You're gonna come out high on the next game.
That's what they've had circled all year. That's what everyone.
That was it.
Media has been
Well, every
about.
year they haven't beaten them in 10 years.
But like every year, that's the game that's circled.
It's just so much built up emotion. I think they're going to come out flat for the Iowa game. They'll win, but I don't think they'll cover 10.5. The more that I talk about it.
Love it.
Okay, all right. Let's. So we're done with college.
Yeah. So those are our picks right now. We like Iowa plus 10.5, Bama plus 7, and Oregon plus 2.5. So actually, that's
Oregon money line.
That's all 3 underdogs. It's a lot.
Oh yeah, it is.
All right. Well, we might switch off those. We'll see. We're not. Those are just what we see right now.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Do you want to do some?
Yeah, let's talk basketball. And then
a little bit of NBA, and then we'll be done.
So last night the Warriors played the Suns. The Suns are riding a huge win streak into that, and the Warriors have been playing.
They're at 17 games now.
The
Yeah.
Warriors have been playing lights out. They were able to bottle up Steph last night.
They're really Mikal Bridges, and they're switching. They really wore down Steph. That might be the top 5 worst games I've seen Steph play start to finish, like from just a efficiency perspective.
Yeah.
And Devin Booker went out in the second quarter with a hamstring injury, which I think like that's even more impressive. Like doing that with Devin Booker out. So,
dude, he tweeted.
Devin Booker left the game in the second quarter. Like that was, I thought the Warriors had it. Even without Booker was nuts. Yeah, I know. I watched the whole game, Justin. It was hard. Yeah, the Suns showed me a lot last night. I'm very impressed. They're, I gotta say, they're the team to beat. Like Clay coming back. Clay's gonna be the decision maker, I think, whether the Warriors will go over the top or not.
Yeah, well,
I loved what I saw from DeAndre Ayton.
You can't key on, you can't have all that attention on Steph all game long, and leave Klay Thompson open though. Like that's the reason why the Warriors have been able to sustain such dominance over the last 7 years. Is when you put so much attention on Steph, those are the games where Klay goes for 37. Yeah. And what are you going to do about it? Yeah. You're going to have to equal it out. So, I mean, Jordan Poole and Otto Porter Jr., from what I saw in the stats, I didn't watch the game, they were able to really get some good looks, and they were able to make, good with those. Yeah. I think it's just different if there's a good Klay Thompson out there, it's just different.
I think the Suns and the Warriors are going to be
1 and 2.
At least 2 of the top 3 by the end of the year. I think that's how the West is going to shake up.
And then
I don't trust the Jazz. The Lakers, I think they'll get it together, but I think they'll be in the 4th or 5th seed.
I feel like the Jazz missed their opportunities in the last 4 years.
They just choke every time they go to the playoffs.
Yeah, it's pathetic.
Wow, that's kind of
harsh. So the Lakers are 117. They won 117-92. A big game off the bench from Malik Monk. He hit, I think, 6.
Who did they play again?
They played the Kings again, who they had previously lost to on Friday.
Yeah.
Did you see that triple OT game?
No.
Okay, so I unfortunately was with Justin betting on it.
No, Justin think the Lakers are going to be the 2 seed.
Well, hey, you got to let him have his thing.
Well, I said 2 of the top 3. I said 2 of the. I think the Suns and Warriors will be 2 of the top 3 seeds.
I think for the Lakers, like they're going to be up there. I don't watch a whole lot right now. I'm going to start getting into it, but I need to see more from they haven't shown us that they're going to play consistently. They win 2, they lose 1, they lose 2, they lose 2.
Also, okay, let's just take out their ability and everything. Let's say Russell Westbrook ends up being, great. And their mentality, they don't care about the regular season, Justin. They don't care. Haven't they basically said they're there for the playoffs, all those vets? They don't give a crap. They just want to make the playoffs. That's what the problem with the Lakers is, that they have the mentality where we don't care about the regular season.
Yeah.
That's just from a mentality perspective. They don't want to go for the 2 seed. And I honestly think that's going to hurt them in the long run, because if they get too low of a seed, they're going to have a rough road to get back to the finals. Yeah,
it's just
I don't think they want the top 2 seeds. I think they want to rest guys. They got a bunch of older players. I think that's what the thing is.
How many under 45 games for Braun this year? I mean, he's already missed.
Yup, I agree with you on that. But if they are 4 and 5, then they play the 1st seed. Yeah, that's true. I agree. So I see 2 or 3. I mean, from what they've said, I don't know. I think they should be gunning for 2 or 3, but I don't know if they want it that bad.
But here's what I will say about their game last night.
Yeah, go ahead.
Monk was great off the bench. He's been a great pickup for them.
He's a good shooter. Yeah,
I mean, 6 of 10 from 3, 22 points.
Yeah.
Carmelo did pretty solid. He was 4 of 9, 14 points off the bench as well. That was who won the game for them was Howard, Monk, and Anthony, who the 3 of them were 27, 33, and 11 plus minus, where their starters were a little bit inconsistent there. They didn't have Braun last night. This was a big game for them because they had lost to the Kings on Friday.
Yeah,
triple OT. It was a freaking heartbreaker. they should have won that in regulation, and then they should have won it in the first OT, and then in the second OT. But like guys like Buddy Hield and Halliburton were just making these crazy shots, and it got to the point where the young guys on the Kings had way more energy in them than the old Lakers. And by the time they got to 3 OTs, it was wrap.
Yeah, I got you.
So it was a big win for them to come back and beat the Kings, who have kind of had their way against the Lakers. They were winning in the first quarter, too.
Yeah, well, when the Lakers get up to play, they could compete with anybody.
It's just depending.
Get up to play.
It's just like if they have that in them, like they need that, that extra motivation.
Yeah.
A lot of those guys, like you said, are kind of just waiting around until the playoffs.
I think they're gonna. I also don't know. Like, I think they're gonna manage Braun's minutes like pretty hard.
Well, that's what I said.
This season.
Over under, like how many games in the season? 82.
I mean, I think he'll play over 45.
No, I was thinking.
He'll get in.
No,
this
I was thinking of your
60s.
I was thinking of the 60-game season.
The six. Oh.
I was thinking incorrect. So
they're 82 again.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I was wrong.
He'll play in
NBA.
the 60s. Over 34.5 points, assists. LaMelo is interesting. Okay, who are they playing? Let's jump into the games. Where the hell? Where's the Lakers?
The Hornets play the Bucks.
Yeah.
The Kings are playing the Clippers.
Wait, are the Lakers playing today?
No, they don't play today. That was yesterday.
Oh. Under 1.3s on Valley. I'm shocked. He got 7. Oh. Denver money line. Oh, I know. Yeah, I was gonna jump into that. Okay, Justin. You don't think they'll cover -8 though against Orlando with Suggs out? I that's one of mine. Denver cover -8. Suggs. It's a big spread. Suggs isn't playing though. So it's Denver at Orlando today.
Yeah.
Obviously, Michael Porter's out. Austin Rivers is out. I don't know who Bones Highland is, but he's out for the Nuggets. And the Magic have Michael Carter-Williams, Suggs, and Echuan Moore out. Cole Anthony's back. Yeah, that's true. I don't know. I kind of like Denver -8, but that is pretty big. I mean, for NBA.
I don't know. Denver blows out teams, though. I can see it. They either get blown out or they blow out.
Okay, so are you cool with that or no?
Yeah, I like Denver.
Okay, cool.
I mean, dude, their wins they hardly play in close games.
Yeah.
I see them blow teams out.
So 76ers, they're playing at Boston, right?
Yeah, I like that one too, Justin. With Embiid back too.
Yeah. Is this his first game back?
First or second.
Okay. I hate taking spreads. Yeah, I know. Because people take their foot off the gas and stuff. It's a little scary.
NBA spreads are whack.
I know, but we're spread podcast, so we got to take the spreads.
Well,
I mean, we could just say Denver money line. Like, I mean, I'm pretty sure they're gonna cover against. I mean, not cover. They're gonna.
We'll take them spread, and we'll take 76ers money line.
Okay. All right.
I think those are the two picks. I looked at the board. Those are the two I like.
Okay.
Unless you want to bet Rockets tonight against the Thunder.
No, that game's gonna be wild.
Kings are playing the Clippers.
Yeah, I saw that.
Depending if
I don't know. The Clippers played the Warriors tough again. I think they'll get up. I think
they're
Clippers.
-8.
Who?
The Clippers.
That's kind of big.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, Kings are on a back-to-back. They just played the Lakers last night.
Okay. What? Hold on. Washington. I gotta see the back-to-back information. I always forget to look at that. So, who's playing Washington? Hold on, I'm all over the place here. You want to read?
I like 76ers and I like Denver ML. Justin, those are two picks I might actually bet tonight. So,
I kind of like Washington to cover -4 at home against Minnesota. Neither of them played yesterday.
Joel Embiid has played the last 2 games, and he dropped 42 points, one of them.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
What do you think of Washington at home -4 against Minnesota?
Dude, I can't be betting on these random games, bro. Like, I don't know enough about those two teams.
Oh, okay. Well,
Coming-
Washington's been playing well. I don't know, but Minnesota's been on a tear recently.
I'm just being honest here, bro.
Yeah. T-Wolves won the past 7 out of 8 games. Yeah, they're hot. They started out poor.
I don't want to bet against that then.
Washington's been playing well though. They have
Washington kind of stalled out.
They've lost a few games though.
They started well.
Yeah. That's true.
I don't know, Sixers and Nuggets, let's just make it easy, dude.
Okay, so Denver -8, Sixers.
We usually don't bet on more than like 2 or 3.
No, we should stick to that. Yeah.
So we like the Sixers and the Nuggets, and for the NFL, we like the Raiders, Bills, Rams.
No. Steelers.
Raiders, Bills,
Steelers,
Steelers, and
Broncos.
Broncos. And college football, we're gonna kind of keep an eye on some of those, but we like the underdogs in the 3 major games.
Yeah.
So we appreciate you hanging out, Justin, and
Everybody
else that stopped by earlier. We
really appreciate
you.
your time.
Terry Prods was in here. Luke was in, and I think that was it. So yeah, we appreciate you guys stopping by. If you guys are watching this over again right now, see you guys next Wednesday on the 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Yeah, definitely.
This is Brady.
And I'm Dean. Have a good week, everybody.
Signing out.
Thanks for joining. Peace.
Peace.